Alright, so let's put everything that we've learned together now and have a look at differentiating trig functions and exponential functions using our chain rule, product rule, and quotient rule. Just for a bit of background, we're going to do one that's just got a polynomial in, and you'll notice I have an inside function and I have an outside function, which means I'm going to use my chain rule, and so I have y equals 4x takes 7 to the 2/3, and using the chain rule, my derivative is going to be 2/3 times 4x takes 7 to the negative 1/3. And I want to write that as 2 over 3 times 4x takes 7 to the positive 1/3. Alright, let's have a look now at something that looks a little bit more complicated. We have y equals cos squared e to the 2x. Now my first bit of advice to you is when you see a sine squared or cos squared, write that cos squared as cos of the function all squared. So I'll have cos of e to the 2x all squared. And that way I can see that I have inside functions and I'm going to have to use my chain rule. In fact, what I'm going to do for you is I'm actually going to write this as an inside-outside function. So I'm going to put my maroon color outside, then I'm going to put my cos function there, and then I'm going to put my e to the 2x right inside. And if you look at it this way, you can actually see that I have 3 chain rule derivatives that I'm going to need to use. And I'll do them in the 3 different colors. So using the chain rule, I'm going to have my derivative of my outside function, so y dashed is going to be 2 multiplied by cos of e to the 2x, and then I have to multiply that by the derivative of my following inside function, which becomes negative sine of e to the 2x, and I'm going to then multiply that by the derivative of the very inside function, which is 2e to the 2x. And I'm just going to put that all together, and I get negative 4 e to the 2x cos of e to the 2x and sine of e to the 2x. Now I need to evaluate this when x is equal to 0. So when x equals 0, I have that my derivative is negative 4. Now anything to the power of 0 is just 1. E to the 0 cos of e to the 0 sine of e to the 0. And that means I have negative 4 cos of 1 sine of 1, and obviously that's cos of 1 radian and sine of 1 radian. So I get my calculator out and I get that that's approximately negative 1.819.